Now let's have a talk about settings. The general settings, the first thing you would come into, this is where you can change your site title and your tagline. Now since we did a manual install, we have the standard tagline. So you can change this or make it blank. Okay, and then down here, these are the WordPress address and the site address. They can be different if you put your WordPress files in a different spot than your site resides. That's an advanced function. I'm not going to be going over that, but it is something you can do, is separate the locations of the two. Okay, next your email address, and then if anybody can register. So if you're going to allow registration on your site, you can check that. Their default role, subscriber, you're usually not going to want to touch that. Next, you can set your time zone. So you can do it by UTC. You can also do it by location. And then down here, you can set the way your date and your time look. And then, of course, your language, the day your week starts. So if you made any changes there, just click Save Changes. Now next, we have writing. Often you don't need to change anything in here unless you're going to be posting by emailing your site. Okay, so here you have convert emoticons to symbols, and then WordPress should correct any incorrect XHTML, your default category, and your default post format. It gets these from the theme, so your theme can have different post formats for the different type of content. And then you have press. This is just a little plugin you can put in there. If you're going to post via email, you can set that up here. And then you have a pinging service down here. I never touch any of this stuff. You can use it if you want. Now reading, we've been in here. This is where we set our home page up. I showed you that before. This is where you can also control your blog, the number of blog posts to show on a page, so 10 posts, syndication feeds, whether it's full or a summary, and then the search engine, so you can turn the search engines off here. So that's what you can do in that one. Now discussion. If you're going to use a blog, you may want discussion on or off. And if you're going to use a website, you probably want discussion off. So you can set this the way it suits you for your particular situation. And you can always override it on a post level or a page level. These are just the defaults. So I always turn off this attempt to notify because it slows things down. Allow link notifications. I always turn that off. Again, this is up to you. Allow people to post comments on new articles. Okay, so this is the one where either you're going to allow comments or not. So I'm going to turn them off, and then we can turn them on a post-by-post basis if we want. And then down here is some control if you are allowing people to post comments. So what the author must fill out an email, whether they must be registered, etc. So there's lots of post control there. And then you can get an email if somebody posts a comment or a comment is held for moderation. Down here you can put in words that will make your post be, or the comment be held for moderation or blacklisted. So if you have some dirty words, you can put them in here, and then that will blacklist the comment automatically. And down here, whether you're going to show avatars. media. Usually they're going to leave these at the default. So these are different sizes and how it's going to organize the uploads. Permalinks, this is an important section. What this does is it tells your blog how it's going to create the URL to each post or page. So the default is like you see here, put the post number, page number after a question mark at the end. That's not good for search engine optimization. So there's some different ways you can pick here, or you can create a custom one and make your own. But a good one to use is post name. So if you click on that, you can just come down here and save the changes. You can also have a category or tag base in front of it. Let's save the changes. Okay, so now our URL will be the domain name / the post name, which is the title. So that's good for search engine optimization. Now we have here XML sitemap, and that's because we installed the Google XML sitemap. Okay, so whenever you install a plugin, you will see the settings either inside the settings here, or it will put it somewhere else in this bar on the left, and it could even put it up in here. I think the all-in-one SEO pack is up here, so we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so at this point we can set up the way we want the XML sitemap to work. I'm just going to leave it at the defaults. And then all-in-one SEO, so general settings. Okay, again, it's giving us some information up here. So you can subscribe. If you enjoyed the plugin and you're going to make a donation, you can click here. And then all the other things down here that you can change. This is to help you with your search engine optimization. I will usually put in a description here, and I'll put in some keywords for the front page. And then down here, you can change these if you want or not. I usually take the pipe out and the blog name out of all these and just have the page name and post name, etc. But again, you can leave them the way you want. Okay, and then you can just update down here. Go through the options and just see how you want that to work. Okay, so basically that is using the options. All right, in the next video, we're going to go over blog setup.